Miami is a great town. I love the Cuban food. Pork sandwiches, my favorite. But I'm hungry for something different now.
Dexter Morgan isn't your typical crime drama protagonist. He's not solving crimes, he's actually committing them. But somehow, this charming bloodspatter analyst became one of the most captivating characters in TV history. So how did Dexter's first season set the bar so high for crime dramas of the future? Let's dive in and find out. You're watching Binge Cult. Subscribe, motherfucker. One of the first things that sets Dexter apart is the tone. From the first episode, the show contrasts the vibrant, sun-drenched streets of Miami with the gruesome reality of Dexter's nighttime activities. Most crime dramas are set in gritty, rainy cities like New York or Los Angeles, but Dexter flips the script. Miami is bright, colorful, alive. Well, that is until Dexter steps into the shadows.
Miami is a great place for me. Great place for me to hone my craft.
This contrast between the vibrancy of Miami and Dexter's dark urges creates a constant sense of unease. You feel the tension bubbling just below the surface. On the outside, Dexter is living the perfect life, but underneath, something is always off. This atmosphere sets Dexter apart from the typical crime drama right from the start. And then there's the character dynamics. The first season introduces us to Dexter's relationship with his adoptive sister Deborah, and on the surface, they're pretty close. She loves him and looks up to him, but Dexter can't really reciprocate those feelings the way a normal person would.
Then we could talk about more little Morgans, nephews and nieces. What's wrong with that?
Deborah doesn't know it, but Dexter is faking his emotions and basically wearing a mask. And then there's his relationship with his father, Harry, who instilled in him the code, a set of rules that keeps Dexter's urges in check by only killing those who deserve it.
I'm afraid your urge to kill is only going to get stronger.
You're saying they deserve it.
It's through these two relationships that we see Dexter's duality. With Deborah, he tries to be the loving brother. With Harry's teachings, he embraces his darker side. These dynamics create a constant push and pull in Dexter's life. He's juggling two worlds, one where he's pretending to be normal and one where he's giving into his urges. And it's this balancing act that makes his character so compelling. And speaking of the code, this is where Dexter really pushes the boundaries of moral ambiguity. Dexter's father taught him to kill only those who deserve it, people who have essentially escaped justice. In the first season, we see Dexter tracking down killers, abusers, and criminals, but here's the twist. The show makes us root for Dexter despite the fact that he's a murderer. It's a clever manipulation of our morality. We know Dexter's actions are wrong, but we can't help but cheer him on because his victims are worse than he is. This moral gray area is where the show thrives. It forces us to question our own sense of right and wrong. Can we really call Dexter a hero, or is he just another monster who's found a convenient way to justify his urges? The first season expertly walks this line, keeping us invested in Dexter's journey while making us uncomfortable about how much we're rooting for him. Another key element that made Dexter's first season so impactful was that its use of narrative structure, specifically Dexter's internal monologue.
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again and again.
From the very first episode, we're given a window into Dexter's mind, hearing his thoughts, his doubts, and his chilling lack of empathy. This narrative device draws us closer to Dexter than any other character in the show. We're not just watching his actions, we're inside his head.
My mother was murdered before my eyes. Makes sense I'd choose a life where I search for meaning in blood.
We hear him rationalize his kills, struggle with his fake emotions, and acknowledge his own darkness. This connection with Dexter makes him an even more complex character. We're in on his secret, and it makes us feel like accomplices. It's this constant axis of Dexter's inner world that elevates the first season, allowing us to see the depth of his character beyond the surface level of a killer. We understand him, even if we can never fully agree with him. But Dexter isn't the only character wrestling his dark side in season 1. Enter the ice truck killer, a villain who becomes the perfect mirror for Dexter. Both are serial killers, but while Dexter follows a code, the ice truck killer has no such boundaries.
When I tracked you down and found out you were exactly like me.
He's calculating, meticulous, and theatrical, everything that Dexter fears becoming. The ice truck killer's elaborate crime scenes and taunting clues drive Dexter deeper into his own psyche.
Harry wanted to keep you all to himself. I only had the memory of a family.
It's no longer just about the kills, it's about control, restraint, and identity. And when we finally learn the truth that the ice truck killer is Dexter's own brother, Brian Moser, it becomes a family affair that cuts even deeper. Brian offers Dexter something that no one else can, a life without restraint, without the code. It's a temptation that forces Dexter to question everything he's been taught up to this point. Is he really any different from Brian? The first season's climactic reveal cements Dexter's internal struggle and sets the stage for the complex moral journey he'll continue to face. So why did Dexter's first season set the bar for crime dramas? Well, it's pretty simple. It gave us a protagonist unlike any we'd ever seen before. Dexter's moral ambiguity, his dual life, and his internal struggle made him one of the most compelling characters on TV.
Whatever, no one left to act normal for. No need to hide who I really am. It would be.
By combining a sun-soaked setting with dark themes, exploring complex character dynamics, and constantly challenging our sense of morality, Dexter created a crime drama that went beyond the usual procedural formula. Season 1 laid the foundation for a series that would continue to push the boundaries of the genre. And while Dexter may not be the hero that we want, he's definitely the one who changed the game. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you enjoyed.